So as soon as I heard that thump, I figured Jessica had fainted. She had, lost a lot of blood.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm at work right now, but I wanted to jump on here real quick and let you guys know that I am going to do the Cytotec to induce my miscarriage. I am 8 weeks, 2 days, but when I went to my appointment, my doctor was measuring the sac at 5 weeks and 6 days, I believe, and there was no fetus in there, or maybe there was, but he wasn't sure. So I came to my car because I don't want my coworkers to hear. They don't know that I'm miscarrying, so this is really personal and private. But I'm gonna go into the restroom and take the medication. I just wanted to get a head start on it because I am hoping that I can pass it overnight. I'm getting off work in about an hour, and I have oxycodone, which I'm gonna take. I heard that it's best to take it right away just to get ahead of the pain. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm instructed to take Cytotec. It says break tablets in half and insert 4 tablets, so 8 half pieces in the vagina. And I'm gonna do that, and if needed, I'll repeat that in 8 hours. Hi guys, so I wanted to do another update. It's been about 3 hours since I took the Cytotec dose that I was instructed to take. I took that like around 4 p.m. and it's gonna be 7 in 5 minutes. So I noticed that I started to cramp around 4:45, so 45 minutes after taking the Cytotec. And I mean, it was tolerable. It wasn't like really painful or anything like that. But the cramps have been getting worse. So I went to use the restroom right now, and I hadn't had to use the restrooms since 4 o'clock since I took the Cytotec. And I did notice that there was blood on the toilet paper. So even though this is how the process is supposed to work, it's still really shocking to see blood on the toilet paper. But part of me is really relieved because it means that this is working, and I just want to get it over with as soon as possible. So the cramps are getting a little bit worse and a little more intense, but I did take another pill of oxycodone. The bottle said that I can take 1 or 2 every 4 hours, and I only took 1 at 4 o'clock. So I took another one, and I hope that kind of helps with the pain a little bit. And like I said, there was blood when I wiped, so I'm going to go ahead and show that. If you don't like blood, I suggest that you skip this part, but I wanted to give you an idea of what to expect if you ever have to go through this, which I hope you don't. So this is my experience with Cytotec, and this is what I saw 3 hours after taking the first dose. So as you can tell, that's not just spotting. It looks like my body is responding really well to this Cytotec. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll talk to you later. Okay guys, so it's 8:20 right now. I was sitting down watching TV, and I felt like I needed to go pee, so I got up and I sat on the toilet, and I just felt like something just come out, and then I just heard a splash, and I didn't even wipe. I just got up and I walked back out to the living room, and I told Eric that I think I passed it, and I didn't flush, so I had him check because I didn't want to look at it. So he did, and he said that, yeah, he thinks that's it because it's big and it's still in the toilet. And I don't want to see what it looks like, but I want to document this journey and I'm gonna go ahead and record it, and we're gonna see it together for the first time. So it's not as big as I thought, so I don't know if that's actually all of it. And I don't know if it's because it's been in the toilet water for a while. Perhaps it broke up, but it really did feel like a big clot. And I also wanted to let you guys know that my cramping did pick up. So I was cramping really bad around like 7:30. And it felt like menstrual cramps, like heavy menstrual cramps. But I already get heavy menstrual cramps, so to me the pain was tolerable, and I think my body's just accustomed to it already. So, and like I said, I did take another tablet of oxycodone, and they're 5 mg, so that probably helped a lot. But and I do feel blood coming out right now, so it feels kind of like I'm on my period. So I'm gonna go ahead and change my pad, and I will update you guys later. All right, so it's the next day. It is 12:31, and I wanted to let you guys know how I'm feeling. So I ended up passing the entire gestational sac last night, but I'll update you guys on that later when I get home. I'm actually at work right now. I ended up picking up a shift for my second job. And I know that most doctors recommend that you take a few days off of work if you're going to be doing Cytotec to induce a miscarriage. However, we do want to do another IVF transfer soon, so I want to pick up as many shifts as possible so we can pay for that transfer. But I'm not in any pain at all, so that's good. I am still bleeding. I would say it's kind of like a period flow type of bleeding. I have a period that lasts 7 days, so I would say the bleeding is kind of what I would see around day 4 of my period. It's not heavy at all. It seems like it's kind of tapering off. Also, I am really tired. I'm not exhausted or anything like that, but I did lose a lot of blood last night, so I think my body is just trying to recoup. What else? Yeah, but other than that, those are kind of all the symptoms I'm experiencing right now, and I will update you guys on how last night went when I get home. I'll talk to you later. All right guys, so I'm back home. It is 6:51 right now, and I'm still not bleeding a lot. I feel like it's actually less now than what it was earlier. When I last updated you. Another symptom that I have noticed though is that I feel like I'm very emotional right now, and I don't know if it's because I am still trying to process the miscarriage, or just because like my hormones are trying to get back to normal. But yeah, I've noticed that I've already cried a few times, and it's not due to the miscarriage, just like small stuff seems to be getting to me. So I have noticed that, but yeah, so I wanted to update you guys on how last night went. So the last clip that you saw was me updating you on the gestational sac passing.
You recorded that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I updated you on that, and I showed you what it looks like. After that, I think I went back to the living room. We were watching a football game, so I went back to the living room. Oh, and also it was Halloween night, so I had been passing out candy earlier that night before I passed the sac. So once I passed it, I felt normal, so I thought I could just, you know, go back and keep passing out candy. But I was still cramping a little bit, so Eric kind of took over that. And then I think I was watching the game for about 10 minutes or so.
Probably less.
Yeah, probably maybe less. It like happened really fast. And I went back into the bathroom, and I sat on the toilet because I felt like I needed to pass more. So I was sitting there, and I passed a few more like it looked kind of like clots. So I'm sure it was part of either the sac or just tissue. But they were pretty big, and I recorded what that looked like, so I'll probably insert a video here. When I would wipe, I was catching some of the tissue that was passing, and I didn't like notice that it was pretty big, but it wasn't painful at all. And I was just on my phone, just sitting on the toilet for, I don't know how long was it?
Like five minutes.
Yeah, like 5 minutes, and I felt totally fine. But I was scrolling through like Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, and I think I was on Snapchat because I was snapping Eric.
Yeah.
He was in the living room.
No.
And I was texting him, or sorry, I was sending him pictures of the clots that was passing. So I was doing that, and then I just remember I got really tired. I just remember like thinking like, okay, like just, as soon as this is done, like I'm just gonna go lay in bed, because I was planning on taking a shower, but like I said, I noticed I was getting tired, and I ended up sending Eric a snap saying exactly that. And that's the last thing I remember, because after that I felt like it's weird because it feels like it happened in slow motion, but it also happened really fast. I just remember feeling like I couldn't breathe in I got really lightheaded, and everything like got bright. And before like I knew it, this is the part that felt like slow motion, because I remember just kind of like starting to tip over, because like I said, I was sitting on the toilet and I just started to tip over, and I dropped my phone because I was falling, and I had the awareness of trying to break my fall, because I ended up landing on my forearms. Our bathroom has 2 doors, so there's the door to the main bathroom, and then the toilet has its door, so it's a water closet. And so I had the main door closed, but the door to the toilet was open, and as I fell and I landed on my forearms, my head hit the door, and I don't even remember like feeling the pain, but the next thing I knew, Eric was by my side, so he must have heard.
Yeah, so like as she said I took over the duties of passing out candy, because we still had kids coming to get some candy. So I was just sitting on the dining room table, scrolling on my phone, snapping Jessica. She was snapping me, giving her privacy, and kids came, passed out candies. I went back down, and then the next thing I know, I just hear a big old thump. So once I heard that thump, automatically it came to my mind that it was Jessica, that she tipped over. She had asked one of her co-workers who has done this before how was the process, and the co-worker had told her that she had fainted. So as soon as I heard that thump, I figured Jessica had fainted. She had, lost a lot of blood, going through all that within about 10-15 minutes. So I came running, opened the restroom door, and she was on her 4s, which is her 2 knees and her elbows. And I think she was trying to pick herself up already. So I just helped her on the toilet.
I was still bleeding, because
yes.
I don't think I had fully passed everything. So I remember trying to get up, and Eric was helping me up, and I was trying to sit on the toilet. So Eric wanted me to just go lay down and go to bed already, but I was still bleeding, so I wanted to sit on the toilet and pass everything. So he helped me onto the toilet, and I just ended up wiping myself, and I think I changed my pad, right?
Yes.
I changed my pad because I wasn't going to shower at that point, obviously. And so we did that, and then he helped me into bed, and I mean, that was kind of
that was kind of it. I didn't let her get back up.
See, but after that, though, I remember feeling fine. I remember telling him, because we were still getting trick-or-treaters, I was telling him to go get the door, and he didn't want to leave me, but I felt normal. Like, it sounds crazy because I just fainted, but I felt normal. I mean, I probably wasn't. I didn't have any pain or anything like that, and
I laid her down, and then pretty much after that, like I said, I didn't let her get up. I used to, like she said, she was still kind of bleeding when she did faint, so some blood did get on the floor and on the outside of the toilet. So I kind of just cleaned that up as she was laying in bed.
And then and then after that, I think we just went to bed and fell asleep. But throughout that night, I think I only woke up like once or twice.
I think it was twice.
Yeah, twice maybe, to use the restroom, and I wasn't bleeding a lot at that point. I think I had just lost a lot of blood really quickly. Like I said, I took the Cytotec at 4 o'clock, and by 8 I had passed basically everything. So I think it just happened really fast, and my body kind of like went into shock for that little bit of time, and that's when I fainted. But yeah, it was weird because I was literally just on my phone.
Yeah.
I was snapping Eric, but then I was also snapping 2 of my coworkers who knew I was gonna do the Cytotec. And I remember just telling them, wow, like I've already passed everything, like, and I remember telling them that it wasn't that hard, and that I was surprised at how quickly my body passed everything, and that the cramps were just like period cramps. So I was really surprised at how smooth the process had gone. But yeah, then I fainted, so I guess I had spoken too soon. So my suggestion for you, if you are going to be doing Cytotec, is to make sure you have somebody with you, because in my experience, I felt totally fine, and then it hit me out of nowhere. So that can happen to you. Hopefully it doesn't, but just be prepared in case that does happen. But I am feeling fine right now. I'm not cramping. I am bleeding, and I do feel tired, but that's kind of all the symptoms I have. So far it's been pretty smooth, I would say, other than that scary moment last night. So I will update you guys tomorrow, and let you guys know if anything has changed. I'll talk to you later. So I remember just sitting on the toilet, just waiting for my body to pass more blood, because I could feel that it was coming. And I was on my phone, and I was texting 2 of my coworkers and snapping Eric. And then I just remember lifting my head up, and I started to feel really tired. And I snapped Eric, and I told him that I was feeling tired. That was my exact snap to him. And then after that, I just got really lightheaded. And I think at this point, I just kind of started to like tip over, and I dropped my phone, and then my body just started to go forward. And so this is what I meant with there being a door to the toilet. The door was probably a little bit open, because when I started to tip forward, my forehead hit the door. And that's all I remember. But yeah, so right now that is a little bit sore, but nothing too painful.